Hello students, welcome back to Gokhale Education Society's e-learning program 2020. Myself, Mr. Prakash Dashrath Chauhan from Gokhale Education Society's HL High School and Junior College English Medium Ozar Township. Dear student friends, I once again welcome you in the Standard 9th Geography class of English Medium. Friends, so far we have learned the three lessons of geography. These are: first lesson was distribution maps, second endogenetic movements, and the third lesson was exogenetic movements part 1. I hope students you are doing the study and learning the lessons sincerely. Please do the revision of all these three lessons. Students, today we will learn the next lesson of geography, that is exogenetic processes part 2. In this lesson we will learn about the erosional, transportational and depositional works of different agents like river, glacier, wind, sea waves and groundwater. So friends, let's begin the lesson exogenetic processes part 2. We have learnt in the previous lesson that the earth's surface wears away because of erosion. The eroded material gets carried away by the different agents that just I have referred. When the speed of these agents reduces, the materials which is carried by these agents get deposited. So the agents like river is also known as the agents of running water, glacier, wind, sea waves and groundwater do the three works, that is at the beginning erosion, then the eroded material is transported by these agents, and when the speed reduces all these eroded material is deposited. Because of these agents, the earth's surface keeps on undergoing changes and the new landforms are continuously formed. So, in this lesson, we will learn such type of landforms which are created by these agents. So friends, let's begin with work of rivers and the landforms created by it. Friends, when many flows of water come together, a river is formed. Running water flows naturally in a direction according to gravity along the slope and makes its own way. And this flow of water is called as a river. When many such flows of water come together, a river is formed. The slope of the land, the type of rock, volume of water flowing in the river and the length of the flow, volume of sediments in the river. Sediments means the material which is carried by the river is called as a sediment. All these are the factors on which the work of erosion, transportation and deposition of the river depend. Now friends, let's learn about the erosional work of the river. Friends, the rivers originate at a much higher altitude from the sea level. Altitude means the height of a region from the sea level. Here, the river flows at a great speed and therefore its power to erode the material is also great due to the high speed. The riverbed and the river banks get eroded because of the fast current of water, sand particles, pebbles, etc. and the various tributaries of the river joining the main flow of the river. All these lead to the formation of gorges, that is canyons, V-shaped valleys and waterfalls. Means these are the landforms created by the river at its erosional stage. Now friends, let's learn about the transportation and deposition by the rivers. A river flows down the slope from a hilly region. At the foothills, the change in the slope causes deposition of a coarse sediments which is brought by the river. As these are deposited in a triangular shape, they form an alluvial fan. Means alluvial fan is a landforms created by the deposition of a river. As the steepness of the slope decreases and the transporting capacity of the river reduces, then it starts flowing slowly. It bends, or we can say meanders, often in its way in an effort to cross even small obstacles. By the time the river reaches the sea, its river bed becomes very wide and its speed becomes very slow, and the sediments which is brought by the river get deposited in its bed and on its bank on both the side. The factor the factors that determine the deposition of sediments are the length of the rivers, volume of water, amount of sediments, and the slope of the river and the earth surface. And in this way, the landforms like flood levees, flood plains, and the deltas are formed because of depositional work of the rivers and the sediments which are brought by the rivers. All these landforms like flood levees and flood plains created by the river, you can see in your textbook also, figure 4.1. Friends, in this figure also you can see the landforms created by the rivers. Alluvial fans are shown, then flood levees and flood plains along the banks of the rivers, V-shaped valleys, and the deltas which is formed by the depositional work of the river is also shown in the given figure of textbook page number 31. Now friends, let's learn about the work of glaciers and the landforms created by it. Friends, in the regions where the temperature are generally below freezing point, precipitation, that is the rainfall, is in the form of snowfall. Means snow is falling, not the drops of water. Layers of snow accumulate on the earth's surface because of heavy snowfall in the region where the temperature is below the freezing point. The heavy weight of these overlying layers makes the snow move along the slope. Because of the snowfall, the snow accumulate on one another. So the heap of the snow creates. At the base of the layer, the snow starts melting because of the friction and the pressure from the above snows. So, due to the pressure and the friction, the layers of the snow which is at the down starts to flow slowly and slowly. So, glacier starts moving along the slope slowly. Like the river, a glacier also carries out the work of erosion, transportation, and deposition. Now, friends, let's learn about the erosional work of glaciers. Friends, though the velocity of a glacier is less, the mass of the ice is more, and so the glacier erodes its own banks and its bed on a large scale. So The erosional work of glaciers produces the landforms like cirques, arêtes, horns, U-shaped valleys, hanging valleys, and the Jock mountains or the shipbacks. Now friends, let's learn about the transportation and deposition work by glaciers. The glaciers carry sediments with them. These sediments are called as moraines. Depending on the location of the deposits, moraines can be divided into the four types. That is ground moraines, lateral moraines, medial moraines, and the fourth one is terminal moraines. You can see all the types of moraines in figure 4.2a of your textbook. The depositional work of the glacier produces the landforms like drumlins and eskers. Okay friends, these are the landforms created by the glacier. Now friends, let's learn about the work of the wind and the landforms created by it. Friends, you have learnt earlier that the movement of air is called the wind. Wind is a gaseous agent of erosion. The erosional, transportational, and depositional work of the wind is more prominent in deserts and semi-arid regions because in the deserts and semi-arid regions there is no obstacle for the wind, so the speed of the wind is more in that region compared to the other regions. So as a mechanical weathering occurs on a large scale here, powdered rock and sand spread over a large area. There is hardly any obstacle in the transportational work of the wind in the deserted region. So, sand particles also get transported along with the wind in a far away, and they are carried over the longer distance and get deposited where the speed of the wind reduces or there is an obstacle in the flow of the wind. So, friends, in this way the wind does the work of erosion, transportation and deposition. So friends, let's learn the erosional work of the wind. Wind carries small sand particles, small pebbles, small stones, or the dust along with it. All these particles cause erosion along rocks coming in the way due to the friction. Because while traveling, the sand particles or the small pebbles along with the wind, they gets the friction on the rocks which comes in their path. This leads to the formation of typical rocks, and that rocks looks like a mushroom. So it is known as the mushroom rocks. Apart from the mushroom rock, the erosional work of the wind also creates deflation hollows and yardangs. That yardangs you can see in the figure 4.3 also. Now friends, let's learn about the depositional work of the winds. Sand particles that blow with the wind are of different shapes and sizes. Those particles which are very fine or very small, these are carried over the long and larger distance, while the larger ones get transported to the shorter distance. Means whenever the small sand particles are there, these are carried away over the larger distance, and these sand particles which are bigger in shapes and sizes, as they are larger, so they are transported to the shorter distance. These sand particles get deposited in the deserts and semi-arid climates. As a result, specific landforms are formed due to the depositional works of the wind, and these landforms are known as sand dunes, barkhans, sieves, ripple marks, lowest plains. These are some of the landforms which are formed by the depositional work of the wind, and all these different type of landforms we can observe in the deserted region. If you will visit the desert of Rajasthan along with the camel safari, you can also definitely see all the different type of landforms created by the depositional or erosional and transportational work of the wind. Okay friends, so far today we have learnt about the work of rivers, work of glaciers and work of the wind. In the next online lecture, we will learn the remaining part of the lesson, that is the work of the sea waves and the work of the groundwater. Till that time, you have to revise the parts which we have learned so far. Revise it properly and do the homework of all these parts. Thank you and have a nice day, students.